Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. Put the pressure on me, so I think I'm gonna go out there and run up the score a little bit. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, and come back in one piece.
Strider 1, return lies to the north. Head that way, refuel. Good luck, everyone. Our ground forces are now moving to capture Farbanti Reconstruction Park. They're already engaged with the enemy. It seems the enemy was fast to detect them. They could use some air support.
Count is back in the saddle as Cyclops 2. It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Cute. No, it's real funny.
Enemy's got a lock. Bandit acquired. Look on. 3-1. I'm hit.
Conditions keep changing. This battle is epic.
You should see the submerged area up ahead. Friendly warships have already begun the invasion. Things are about to get rough.
They're sending the squadron to defend at Stonehenge. Are you sure about this? Yes, we have positive ID. Raise the threat level to maximum.
Keep sending the enemy forces to their watery graves. Target acquired. Missile launched.
3 strikes is overhead. Lady Luck's now on our side. It's not every day that you fight a naval battle above a city. We're out of standstill. We're pinned down.
Evade that missile!
Anti-ship missile launched.
Everyone's requesting backup. They'll take forever to get here.
Keep attacking. Sink the enemy and it's over.
Enemy backup inbound. Forces are heading for 2 separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in 2 and meet both threats at once.
Trigger, head for either area. Cyclops will take care of the other one.
Enemy Roger. Breaking up. Enemy morale is still high. Stay strong.
Lockdown bandit. Attacking.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Okay, Trigger. Target's all yours. We'll deal with the other threat.
I'll shoot the ball now it's done.
Hurry up before the top enemy. Advance on the hospital.
I spotted him. Time to shoot that bastard out of the sky.
Strider 1, target destroyed. APC eliminated. Special delivery. Strider 1, launch 2.
Evade that missile! Hostile has a lock. Caution, enemy has a lock.
Lock 2.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Our troops have engaged the Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. Really putting the pressure on me, so I think I'ma go out there and run up the score a little bit. Just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, and come back in one piece.
Strider 1, return line is to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
Count is back in the saddle as Cyclops 2. It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Cute. Ah, it's real funny.
You should see the submerged area up ahead. Friendly warships have already begun the invasion. Things are about to get rough.
They're sending the squadron that defended Stonehenge. Are you sure about this? Yes, we have positive ID. Raise the threat levels maximum.
Target acquired. Missile inbound! Missile inbound!
Missile. Caution. Missile.
The enemy doesn't have much in the way of proper ships. We should try changing up our attack strategy.
Missile.
Target locked.
Missile.
They're after me. I need cover.
Missile away.
Oh my god.
Fox 2! Keep sending the enemy forces to their watery graves. Whoa.
Switch your ECS to active mode. We need to take out those missiles.
The harder the battle, the less likely it goes according to plan.
Bandit, that's a lock. Keep an eye on approaching fighters. If they get close, we're done for.
Target's at machine gun range.
3 strikes is overhead. Lady Luck's now on our side. Careful, turn the battle against us the hardest.
Strider 1 has destroyed the target.
Cyclops 2, hostile on your rear!
Everyone's requesting backup. They'll take forever to get here. Behind my target.
Enemy backup inbound. Forces are heading from 2 separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in 2 and meet both threats at once.
Trigger, head for either area. Cyclops will take care of the other one.
Roger.
Evading.
Missile, evade!
Missile.
Okay, Trigger. The park is all yours. We'll deal with the other threat.
Show all how it's done.
Target shot down.
Bandit has fired a missile at me.
Maintain course if you want to go back to resupply.
Missile.
Strider 1, this is... Strider 1, this is Control.
Missile launched.
If you let them through, we're as good as dead.
Missile.
Missile is closing. Strider 1, break. Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Target destroyed.
Locked on hostile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Bailing out.
Dodge that missile.
Target was not struck.
Lock 2. Pursuing enemy.
Lock on.
Enemy on my tail. I can't take him. Changing. Battle subsea. I need to get away. Breaking. Look out. Missile closing.
Strider 1, they're chewing on your tail. I, for one, welcome all support, especially from 3 strikes.
We need more air support. We can't hold our fish much longer without it.
Missile moving. Evading. I've got guns pointed at my back. Call reinforcements. Damn it. We should have known it sooner.
Cyclops 2, Box 2.
It's no use. We have to retreat.
Strider 1, enemy is locked on.
The enemy is worn out. This is our chance. Careful. The road is sunken ship. Please water shallow. The enemy is desperately trying to stop our advance. It's gonna be tougher than we thought.
Yeah, that's the ticket. Show the enemy what kind of surprise we've got waiting for him. Let me slide in on that tail. Enemy blocked me. Breaking up.
Missile launched.
Missile after me. Breaking. Lock 2. Cyclops 3. Box 2. Use GPS to locate allies. Quick now. Fatigue is starting to set in. Maintain your composure. We're almost through this.
Cyclops. We cleared out most of this area.
Wiseman, give us a hand.
Already on.
Struck.
Keep an eye on your radar. All it takes is one missile and your history. With deadlock, isn't there something we can do?
Cyclops 4, Fox 2.
Fox 2.
One more push out into it. I can see the tide turning in our favor.
The comms are full of requests for help from friendlies. Our occupation of Frabanti could be in jeopardy now.
This is the start. There are small boats hiding in the ruins. Take them out before they can approach the fleet.
Bandit has a lock. Caution, enemy has a lock. Friendly shot down.
advancing them. We're pinned down.
5 minutes remaining.
Enemy sighted. Enemy got away.
Easy. We can't let the enemy take this position. Kill them all. We got a lock.
Missile away.
Roger. The park will be secured. No need to do something that way.
I know the feeling.
We've spotted enemy backup. Check your radars.
Copy.
Trigger, it's about time we finished up here and helped other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep focus. Take one down and we're on to the next.
HQ, we're falling back. We don't stand a chance against their air support.
Hold your ground.
Target acquired.
Enemy has locked me.
Fox 3. Strider 1, watch your tail.
Confirming Strider 1 destroyed target.
Strider 1, enemy is locked on. On my target's tail.
Strider 1, missile inbound.
Fox 2.
Strider 1, tank destroyed.
Enemy dodged. Continuing attack.
Fox 2.
Allied shutdown. They're after me. I need cover. Bandit acquired. Firing.
Eyeball to Tucker 2-4. Requesting fire for raid. Coordinates 2294. 5002. Target enemy empty formation. Fire for effect with your strongest round.
Our allies aren't advancing as we hoped. This isn't good. Trigger,
Hit the areas where the enemy forces are thickest.
Eyeball to Tucker 2-4. Bracket. Wait, fire for effect. Roger. Blue firing ahead. Azimuth 2870. Elevation 237. Prepare to volley. Fire.
evade that missile.
Gotcha.
Target acquired. Vehicle eliminated.
And impact.
Enemy has a lock.
Tucker 2-4. No easy on our eardrum this time. Thanks for the fire support. Our plan is position to the AO. Coordinates Tango 28. We must 39. Enemy ahead. North. Protecting the defense.
2 minutes remaining.
See we shot my missile down before it reached. I'm being targeted from the ground facility. Taking fire! Stay alert. The enemy has a new AA defense system in the AO.
The enemy's bound to put up quite a fight to defend this last fortress.
Behind target. Attacking. Strider 1. Hostile on your 6. Cyclops 4. Hostile behind you.
Fox 2.
Target has been destroyed.
Break it down. Target locked. Target struck. He's still alive, though. Bandit acquired. Firing.
Break. Evade.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed. 1 minute remaining.
Cyclops 4. Fox 2. Missile breaking. Fox 2. Okay. The chief evade lock.
Weissman's evade that missile.
They got a lock.
Strider 1, target acquired. Strider 1, tank destroyed.
Locked on. That's it.
30 seconds remaining.
Missile. Break. Bandit evaded attack. Trying again. Breaking off. Ally shot down. Target acquired.
Fox 3. Missile considerably weakened organized resistance from the Erusian army. Operation nearly complete. Just need to see it through.
Understood. Understood.
All right.
Understood.
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 Say goodbye.
All aircraft, listen carefully. This is Lancaster. We have the upper hand. The enemy headquarters is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan. The end of the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? I'm buying.
Roger that.
Missile.
Man, don't jinx us.
Missile.
You're right.
Missile.
New bogies.
Missile.
No, 5 Su-30s inbound.
It's Mr. X.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at different levels, but don't underestimate the rest of them either.
Missile.
Mission proved to be fun.
Missile.
What do you mean? It's just like you say, the enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Wow, I'm sure he's human.
Missile.
This is Cyclops 3. I've been hit. I gotta eject.
I need cover. Took him out one by one.
Star one.
Cyclops 3 is bailed out safely. Don't worry, he's gonna make it.
He has a lock on you.
Listen, Trevor, real talk. If we keep this up, someone's not going home. I'll act as a lure. Meanwhile, you can shoot down Mr. X.
What?
Missile.
Missile launched.
All right, he grabbed the bait. Time to take him for a ride.
Missile.
Strider 1, missile inbound. Evade!
Missile.
Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my... He won't fire. Wait for the perfect shot, eh? Sorry, stranger, but my boys won't let you have it.
Missile. Ammunition zero. Missile.
Enough with your air show, Wiseman. You're pushing it.
Missile. Missile.
Oh, Cal, that's sweet. I never knew you cared. You're all grown up. I'll even let the wisecrack slide.
Hey, I'm being serious here.
Target is hit.
Nice, fine. Give him one more.
Missile. Missile.
Missile evaded.
Ammunition zero.
Manville your tail. Get some distance.
Missile.
You're quite the entertainer, but this show's over with this next shot.
Missile.
Bad pilot. Bad pilot.
What's going on? I don't believe it. We just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at different levels, but don't underestimate the rest of them either.
Missile.
Mission proved to be fun.
Missile.
What do you mean?
Missile.
It's just like you say, the enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
Star one.
They're after you, Strider 1.
Missile.
Don't get too far ahead.
Star warning. Star warning.
Target acquired.
Locked on. Shaking bandit.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Taking evasive action.
Strider 1, Vox 2.
This is Cyclops 3. I've been hit. I gotta eject.
Took him out one by one. Cyclops 3 is bailed out safely. Don't worry, he's gonna make it. Listen, Trigger, real talk. If we keep That's it. All right, he grabbed the bait. Time to take him for a ride.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my tail, but he won't fire. Wait for the perfect shot, eh? Sorry, stranger, but my boys won't let you have it. Missile inbound! Evade!
Enough with your air show, Wiseman. You're pushing it.
Missile.
Oh, Cam, that's sweet. I never knew you cared.
Watch your tail.
You're all grown up. I'll even let the wisecrack slide.
Hey, I'm being serious here.
Stall warning. Missile. Missile. Missile.
Hold up. My radar has shown that an enemy aircraft has been stuck on Cyclops 1 for a while now.
Makes my blood run cold to even think if he came up with 6.
Shit.
He's refusing to fire. He wants a sure shot. Not too bad. He's acting as a decoy. He has absolute trust in his allies, I see.
Missile.
Target is hit.
Nice. Fine. Give him one more. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot.
Missile.
Bad pilot.
Wiseman, missile closing.
I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
Shit. Cyclops 1 is down.
Cyclops 1 is
Wiseman,
down.
eject already, Wiseman.
I'm sorry, Count. This plane exploded.
Wiseman,
Missile.
stay strong. We're not done here.
Missile.
Cyclops 2, we've got the lead.
Missile.
Wiseman, shit.
Missile.
Negative, Cyclops 2. You're the lead. I can't do it. Trigger should take command.
The duty is yours.
That's
Stall
impossible.
warning.
Do
Stall
it.
warning.
Ah, damn it.
Missile.
Cyclops 4, form an element. We need our top gun if we're gonna take out that bastard.
Missile.
Wilco count.
Missile.
Warning. Enemy has a beat on you.
Now I see why he's the king of the skies.
Locked on.
Trigger's our only hope.
Target acquired.
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Missile away.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile. Missile.
Damn. I want to go to Trigger Z, but I can't keep up.
Missile.
I'm on his back.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Missile hit.
Good job.
Damn.
Now go finish the job.
Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger. You can do it. In fact, you're the only one who can.
My radar suddenly turned off.
What is it? Respond.
My data won't update.
My HUD is
Damn it.
glitching out.
What was that?
I've lost radar contact. What's up?
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base.
Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Brabant's now under OCN control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Shit.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near Erusian territory. Other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Erusia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
to the unidentified craft. This is Captain Carl of the Ocean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Ocean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oceans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock.
It's Erusian military.
The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
They got a stubborn one on my ass!
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood. Strider 1, Fox 2.
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. ID'd as Ocean forces. This is AWACS from the LRSSG.
Our intel has been updated.
Strider 2, Fox 2. Try your smokes. 3 strikes will find you.
It's Erusian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Longcaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes.
What? We can be fire from our own allies. Is this place under the rebellion too?
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
Lock on.
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
I like stuff.
The General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaFarge are the real patriots. Onward!
There's a vehicle up ahead. Think it's gonna ask us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
Destroying archive footage that we've shot, but when the communication networks come back online. We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a Cold War. Signs of the clean warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Target was not struck.
It's no good. There's still a car on the road. Just to be safe, we better avoid the highway and head for the warehouse district.
Lancaster, we're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Here comes the traitor, Lamar. What's wrong with you? This is a wide-netted cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? Lamar, send that vehicle!
Yeah, it's set up in all the right places.
Vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals. We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us. We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Strider 1, Box 2. Vehicle eliminated.
Nice work, Leos 2. That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot.
Target acquired.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Kruger Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. They actually went to war. The performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkin technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian flight test center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from the former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Kruger Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Hostile has a lock. There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
Fire! Cease fire! We're on your side!
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Special
Missile.
material. Now those guys are part of
Missile.
those people
Alert.
unit. If they're not ruined our ideals, at what point is there in liberty? It's best that you leave this country.
Caution. Alert.
I'm hit! Get this guy off my back! Open fire on that vehicle!
VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Missile.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 199er Delta Lima.
Missile.
Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah. Nowhere safe.
Our terminal's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's Erusian! Shoot it down!
Trigger, that one's Ocean. Do not attack before target identification is complete.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
Missile.
Radio?
Missile.
You have one in your cockpit?
An armored vehicle's behind us. There's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for us.
We're taking fire! Take care of them!
Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
It's 3 strikes. Who's a member of the penal unit crying afraid? You want us to wait and see if they're friendly?
We're taking fire! We can't hold on! I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
If they don't respond, shoot them down!
Star warning. Caution.
My infantry did. Where did they come from? I'm surrounded by nothing but friendly. No, the attack was an unintentional mistake.
We're taking fire from vehicles blocking our path! We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. Ocean forces at landfill number 4. You're firing on our VIP. You're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have survived a few more shots like that. Missile inbound! Evade!
Missile.
Locked on bandit. Strider 1, missile away.
Caution.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed. Abort mission.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a path for the infantry.
Target destroyed. Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
An aircraft with scratches. All 3 shot down.
Tank is destroyed.
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like the penal unit.
So?
Fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Oh yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Ridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
It's Erusian! Shoot him down! Want us to wait and see if they're friendly?
Trigger, that one's Ocean.
Speaking to the commander.
Do not attack before target identification is complete.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for us.
We're taking fire! Take care of them!
General, we still have drones at our disposal. It's too early for peace talk. From the high heavens.
We're taking fire! We can't hold on! I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
Destroy aircraft and tally marks on the tail. The penal unit rebels.
Missile. 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 Missile.
We're taking fire from vehicles blocking our path!
Ocean forces at landfill number 4. You're firing on our VIP. We're We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have survived a few more shots like that. We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
System failures caused friendly fire incidents among Ocean forces. There are even rumors of penal units turning on their former allies.
Strata 1, target acquired.
Enemy on your back.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley before a plane on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Arusea is responsible for Harling's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
That's enough. From here on out, all aircraft are prohibited from taking off.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Mark 2.
Missile inbound! Evade!
My plane is iced up.
Strider 1, enemy on your 6.
It's Russian military.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
Critical escort objective destroyed. Mission failed.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
ID is a Russian military.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him. Strider 1 is down.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
The drones aren't receiving my orders.
Missile.
Can we switch the UAV to slave mode?
In gun range.
Missile.
Perfect. Strider 1 destroyed target.
ID is Ocean military.
How'd you last, Longcaster? We've been briefed and we're here to help.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Nice. Glad to see the Oceans attacking the radicals.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Wilco.
ID is a Russian military.
Slightly wasted, but don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Hit the road of the others.
Understood.
The radicals truly believe Western drone productions will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, I should be able to sign a truce with Ocean quickly.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? I need a beacon of light to show us the way.
of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft my grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Alma, hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Wilco.
Missile.
Rebuilding. How dare you interfere? I'm here to deal with that traitor.
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Missile.
Careful. Those guys are paid. Continue. Nothing is as lucky as big shot too. I managed to catch a glimpse of the 3 strikes. I'm lost in a pain. See a fighter. Just how long do you plan on getting in my way?
Fine. No good. Shit.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
Missile.
They're in my way.
Target hit.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... Drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them. Trigger, what the hell are you doing?
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
ideology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknowns attacking the girl's plane. Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP. ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Welcome. Welcome.
How dare you, Peter? I'm here to deal with that traitor.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Those guys are good. Wait, you'll deal with Scorpion big shots too. I managed to catch a glimpse of 3 strikes.
Don't miss. Aim carefully.
See it, fighter. Just how long do you plan on getting in my way?
Mine. No good. Shit.
You're in my way.
Attack this. Bandit destroyed. Well done.
Breaking to escape locks. Enemy missile detected. Evading.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Still in the fight.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Retreat to the wing.
Nice
Really
kill.
out.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Welcome.
Understood.
Wilco.
Can't afford the MQ-99's launch. Our commands are overridden.
Warning.
They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Bitch.
Our drones headed this way.
Missile.
No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
I've been spiked.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile.
UAV is down.
Not bad at all, Trigger.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Locked on.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Enemy
5 bandits remaining.
Missile. Missile.
Damn it. We don't have the need.
Four bandits left.
It's not enough to be fully functional. There has to be a time when it should not function.
Missile.
3 bandits to go.
Missile. Stall warning. Stall warning. Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. Stall warning.
Missile evaded. 2 bandits left. Show them what you got. Missile away.
Missile. Missile.
1 bandit to go.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. The General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to say no. I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Are all of these...
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too, once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Ocean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness.
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Farbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer, at this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
With so much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. It's what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Osean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Our air support is here.
Missile away. Nice. Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Our artillery fire just missed off our starboard side.
Caution.
Thank God. Friendly bird.
Strider 1,
Longcaster. of our allies are cut off. They need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area.
Missile.
Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
Missile.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit. Hostile has a lock.
If we can just defend the mass driver today, alright, we can turn this thing around.
Take a little damage. Let's finish this fight now. There's more over here. The bodies of dead civilians. I don't think they were part of the fight. Look at that. They're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them are away. I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. Damn, the Erusian bastard. He's a blatant war crime. Take photos for evidence. Get out of here, hurry.
Erusian! Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship at the munitions depot is highly combustible.
Calling friendly birds. Take out the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hellhole. We need help while we're still up and running.
Missile. Missile.
I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ soon. Just give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least get the children in proper burial.
Missile.
Go with us. Can you see the enemy HQ from there?
Missile.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
Missile.
Don't pursue too deep. We just need to buy some time.
This is the way.
Open the bay until Operation Feeding Time.
We can't afford to be
Away from the mass
Get
driver.
out there and do something.
Can't we flank the enemy and strike them from behind?
Strider 1.
Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks.
Strider 1, here you
We're
got
moving out. Leave the dead behind. We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and a family. Most likely, they were involved with Belka. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Missile.
Let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
Missile. Missile. Caution. Pull up.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in the tanks!
Missile.
Allied retreat looks good.
Push them back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Thanks, but will we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell.
Missile.
Pretty sure we're there already.
Missile. Missile. Caution.
Strider 1, target acquired.
The Erusian ground forces show no sign of letting up. We're taking heavy damage. If that goes through, let it, but they're running on fuels and low on ammo.
Missile.
An explosion inside!
Missile.
Do the countdown.
Missile.
It's not stupid. We're after a supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal left.
Wow, that gives you a fighting chance.
Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If you think we're done for.
Pull up.
Get in the landing craft. Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Understood.
Let me slide in on that dam.
It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We'll be firing at each other!
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. We're supposed to lead. Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out. Wait, multiple bogeys from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogeys. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogeys. Identify them.
Chase out the bogeys! There's no way there are! Our air support has taken out most of the Illusion forces. These are unguided. Stay on course. Let's just get this done with.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all. Trigger, boss, get over here quick!
This is the way.
If you are wavering, remember the faces of those who pushed for war.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Grab two blocks on target. Working together to take them down.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are a go for launch. This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness. Affirmative. This is our last chance for operation meeting time. Launch control. Roger that.
Draw the enemy's attention here. They're starting to fire flight.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Enemy on your back.
Missile hit.
I'm behind my target.
Strider 1, target acquired. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away. More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Ram 7 here. On my stop. Be careful. No use. The enemy pilots outclass us.
Intercept those bombers.
I've got you.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
Locked on bandit.
Pull up.
ID complete.
Hey, you. Dumbass with the scratches on his tail. Hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Erusian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Longcaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
Still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. Share it if you can help these refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogeys should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she?
Stall warning.
Okay, sir.
Stall
Who's
warning.
taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me.
Missile.
Wait, you moron!
Missile. Missile.
Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry.
Missile.
In gun range.
Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile.
Good job! The enemy tanks are toast. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
What can I say that song?
Missile.
Everyone knows it. No other option.
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. 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 Hold up.
Tank is destroyed.
Missile. Missile.
Hurry.
Get moving.
Missile.
That took care of them. No civilian casualties. Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
Which one
Missile.
first?
Don't try to follow after the supply ships.
Missile.
Stick close to trigger.
Missile.
All aircraft,
Missile.
remain on high alert. We got
Missile.
bandits incoming on radar.
Missile.
You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it. Target's using cloud cover to hide itself. Don't worry, we know where it's headed.
The missile hit its target. Everybody, keep a safe distance to avoid getting caught in the explosion.
Just avoid the enemy's fire for now.
Okay, but we won't be able to do that forever, you know.
Fox 3.
I can't get a lock. Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down.
Do they really think they can continue to dodge?
Fox 2. We've recalculated the remaining time. 90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them.
Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran into tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs. Now, all go down if we don't...
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position to start celebrating. Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress. Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart as Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. While we can't use all our aircraft to attack, the transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.